We're talking about Oregon, Wisconsin, and then we'll have Stock Watch next. But last little bit on this, I felt like that is what I expected out of Big Ten football, more so than all the garbage games we've been getting up to now.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like this, we've been lamenting how lame this run has been in terms of entertainment value in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
It's just these teams they don't scare you. They can't really. They have no offense. It's boring. There's no drama. That game was more like what, even though Wisconsin doesn't have an offense either. Yeah. It's just
they played their ass off, and it was a tough environment. And
it's one of those games that I expected the Big Ten to be more like week in and week out.
And
limited possessions, big moments.
And maybe it will be going forward.
Drama. Well, I don't think it is because it's over.
Wow.
And now you play Washington.
You know what I mean? Like next year, if the schedule, tips a little bit. And then the other thing is, regardless of what happens this year, whether you finish this thing off or not, and who knows, right? Oregon has as good a chance as any is winning the whole thing. Next year, just be prepared. You have been really spoiled in that you had 2 years of Bo Nix. And by the way, I'll give my flowers to Bo Nix because I thought in the beginning of the NFL season, dude, that guy looked lost. And he was
lost.
And he's playing really well.
He's developed. Give Sean Payton credit too.
He looks
great.
They've been great.
He looks real sharp. I think if you're Denver, I mean, it's me. I'm always hesitant to lump praise on quarterbacks, and there's a long way to go. He looks the part right now, and I think if you're Denver, you feel very good about where you're going with him. But you had 2 years of unbelievable play out of Bo Nix, and a year of unbelievable play out of Dylan Gabriel. Next year, whether this more or whether you go with any of the other kids, Nova said, there may unless there is a transfer that comes in and you get another one of these guys that's played 8 million football games, there is going to be a step back in quarterback play next year.
Yeah, they'll find somebody.
Absolutely, but
they're like the new Oklahoma.
Have you seen Oklahoma's quarterback?
Oh no, I'm saying Lincoln Riley. Didn't he have like?
Yeah, they did was it 3 straight?
It was 3 straight.
Yeah.
The 3
all
different guys?
transfers.
Well, not 3 straight Heisman's, but they had Baker and Kyler and
Hurts.
And like they rolled, but like there may be a step back. So just appreciate this because the quarterback play has just been silly good. So next year, if some Big Ten teams improve a little bit and your quarterback play goes down, it's not going to be like this in the Big Ten every year where you're just playing like 8 snoozers and you're getting one good game.
No, that's very true. And a lot of those games, may come down to who just has a better quarterback when you don't have a Heisman candidate.
Yeah.
But it was just entertaining. Finally, a Big Ten
that was a great
game where it's like, all right, now I'm not, at least it was good.
Yeah.
That's all I care about.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. Because you can have defensive games that are kind of ugly like that still end up feeling
dramatic.
It's like sometimes when you're watching a postseason baseball game and it's a pitcher's duel, every pitch matters. Like every third down, like everything feels heightened. Like every kick, it's just you kind of have that tension.
Lanning said it at half. He said, look, we're in a game where this is limited possessions.
Yeah.
So that was always true with the Mariota teams.
Yeah.
You get into those Stanford games,
yeah.
and it's limited possessions. You got to execute.
Yeah.
Because you ain't getting it back.
No, and that's kind of the feeling I had as we were watching that was always the thing with Chip Kelly. I think it was like if you can hold them to, it was like 11 possessions. If you can get them like to 11 or under, that's where Oregon would, that's where you could beat them. But the more times you give an elite offense the ball, so it wasn't any surprise. I just thought early on Wisconsin had no chance because their offense was so dreadful. But Buck brought it up. It was like that 6 or 7 minute drive where all of a sudden they run the ball and you're like, oh my God, if they can keep doing this.
Because they closed the half strong and then they come out and you had a busted drive to open did they open the half of that drive?
Which, the field goal?
The field goal drive. Because that was the last time they scored. Ducks shut them out for the last 19
yeah,
and
that
change.
probably was it then.
But yeah, I was concerned at that point because it looked like the Ducks' really rigid defense was on skates.
Oregon went 4 and out.
4 and out. There you go.
To start the second half.
Yeah, they basically they held on. I think there was 11 possessions in that game. Basically,
that's
for
it.
Oregon, and that's the recipe.
Nice win.
Yeah, if you're going to upset a team that's superior to you, that's how you got to do it.
So there was one thing. I don't want to start a whole other thing on Lanning or the jump around thing until later. So we'll get to that. There was one thing that they said early in the game that I want clarification on, and you guys probably don't have it as you're not from Wisconsin.
Mhm.
Did you notice that how long it took the student section to fill up there? And they commented on it?
No, I didn't.
No.
Well, they said, so if you were watching the game early, there was a whole section above the student section. It was about a quarter of it that was empty.
Mhm.
And whoever was the commentator mentioned, it usually takes them until the end of the first quarter to fill the student section. And I simply have one question.
Yeah.
Why?
Maybe they're out drinking. I mean,
But
Yeah.
that wouldn't be unique to Wisconsin, and also, why don't
Yeah, I
you
don't
just start
get it.
drinking earlier?
I don't exactly. Like I don't.
Hey,
that makes no sense to me.
hey, behind the cheddar curtain, things take priorities, and that's eating some brats and drinking some old Milwaukee's. I don't know. I love that it's a late arriving crowd. I've never
Late arriving student section.
I
Apparently.
guess.
And they file in
For your biggest game of the season?
Yeah, I don't know.
know.
I don't know.
That's what cost him.
Well, I had questions.
I did not, and I don't have an answer because I am not a Wisconsin student. Maybe someone that is listening to the program
By the way,
did go to Wisconsin.
this pertains to nothing too. I'll just corkscrew it in here.
Yeah, do it.
Dusty shot me a text Saturday night. He was out at the bars in Wisconsin because he was there at the game,
Yes, sideline Dusty.
and he was with two bros,
Mhm.
and he shot me a picture of him with these two bros. I'm like, what the hell is this? And those two bros were from the all-American city of Salina, Kansas.
Boy, they're everywhere.
And
Your tentacles in Salina, they go all over this fine land of ours.
so he shot me he said, hey, you thought you'd want to know these two bros are from Salina? And the one of them, his dad is the mayor of
Oh.
Salina, Kansas.
Really?
And there's more. He's black.
Wait, there's a black guy in Salina, Kansas?
Black mayor.
Or is he the only one? Is there one black guy in all of Salina and he's the mayor?
No, you're assuming
I am assuming.
Salina is far wider than it is. It's not.
Really?
Black,
Yeah.
please.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Really?
Yes.
I'm,
but
I'm looking up some demographics right now.
please do. But the mayor is black,
Hmm.
and the son went to did his residency here at OHSU and knows the station, the radio
Right
station
the hell out
of
of
the
town.
Fan.
Man.
Isn't that small world? Right there in a bar in
Madison, Wisconsin.
Madison, Wisconsin, watching. They were watching Kansas BYU.
By the way,
They were watching us dismantle.
you wanna rethink your statement there about
There are
Salina?
more black people in Salina than you think there are.
It's 80.2% white.
Yeah, that's way more than. Look at Portland.
All right. Because you got
20% black.
well, here's the thing. Yeah, you got 80% white, non-Hispanic.
It's usually just white or black.
You have 8% white Hispanic. So I'm guessing that's mixed.
That's higher than that.
And then you have let's see, black or you got 3%.
Oh, it's only 3%.
3%.
Okay, I'll walk that back then.
There you go.
I thought it was more.
So there's like 9 white people or 9 black people in Salina.
Well, there are. I don't know. In my head, I just have it that it's just white or black.
No.
But apparently, we're getting very multicultural.
Yes. Yes. I do like that the second biggest population is white Hispanic.
I don't know what that means.
I'm guessing it's half Hispanic, half white.
I know what that means, but
But you said you didn't know what it means.
well, it was rhetorical. God, I hate you guys.